someone tried to profit out of it. And the information coming out is that the CBI is investigating it, and they are finding it that the leak has taken place, and an exam like the NEET, which is, considered to be one of the most prestigious exams in the country, is compromised often now. What is rotting at the system's core?
I don't know. It's a matter of investigation, but I know one thing for sure. I got into IIT in 1997. That year, paper got leaked and it happened again. And I distinctly remember for myself, I had to prepare again. I was sleeping day after the exam. My dad came and told me, get up. I said, exam just happened. Why are you bugging me again? And he said, you have an exam again after 2 months. It was the worst period of my life. I distinctly remember. These kids are going to go through very, very difficult times. I'm specifically recommending a few things to all the kids and parents. Kids should not remain away from their home. They should come back from Kota, Sikar, Delhi, Mumbai. They need to be in their home. They will require a lot of support from their parents. This is going to be a significant mental health crisis. It needs to be managed. Probably Prime Minister needs to come on TV and say, it is just an exam, not more than life. Doesn't decide the worth of your life. And kids don't need to overdo it. They can't study for 16, 17 hours a day and sacrifice on their sleep. Try and study for 10 to 12 hours. Think through what you need to do for next 2.5 months. Have proper food, and just keep saying this to yourself. You'll be fine even if you don't get through the exam. It is not a do or die exam. It is very, very important to understand it. This is a terrible day. NTA needs to literally be removed out of this whole thing. It has happened every year, and it is absolutely shameful.
Well, as you in fact pointed out, do you think that, as you said, it's been happening constantly with the NTA? Do you think that it is time that it must be acknowledged that there is a need for a system overhaul? Because you're talking about how many thousands and more than that of students being prepared for years together for this exam and then being cheated to an extent.
So 22.5 lakh. 22.5 lakh affected households.
That is the number of students who would feel cheated with this.
And this is not a student. These are households. There is a buzz in the neighborhood. That kid is preparing to become a doctor. So 22.5 lakh households. So we are talking about 1.1 crore people. This is absolutely horrendous. Someone needs to be held accountable. And by the way, I don't think you can stop the leak with the way exam is conducted right now. How can you conduct a pen paper exam amongst such a big population without paper getting leaked? Some drivers, some peons somewhere who doesn't earn enough would have all kind of incentive to leak it. How do you stop such a thing? This is like a mindless thing that has been going on forever.
Well, it is a plan for rethink as well. We also have with us Advocate Bhavin Vyas, who's petitioner and president of the Vidyarthi Vidya Suraksha Samiti Ahmedabad. Of course, Bhavin Vyas, even you would be disappointed with the manner in which this has happened. Isn't it high time that this entire NTA is in fact overhauled? There is a problem. It has to be looked into. It can't keep happening alternate years. You can't put lakhs of students into distress like this. But what is the solution? As we had our earlier guest saying, Kapil Gupta, it's a huge number of students who are involved. And there are several loopholes. You have a peon, you have people who are in the middle ground, who are distributing it, who are involved in the preparation. Anyone could become that leak that needs to be plugged. But how could this system be, in fact, taken care of? Can't we use new technologies as such? For example, if in a class, when I don't know how practical it would be, but you have, in terms of movie theaters, you have the movie release only at a particular time on an electronic mode. If those kind of things can be put into place, wouldn't it be much better?
Firstly, I will thank News9 to raising this issue, and we also applaud you. Because in 2023, same issue has happened, and News9 has raised that issue. We were the petitioner in Supreme Court. We asked for re-NEET examination in 2023, where whole paper trial, even FIR were done, and everything was there. But unfortunate part was that the Supreme Court did not hear our petition. And instead, they said that there should be a code of conduct, which they laid down in 2023. They even removed the existing NTA head. The same thing will happen now. That's what we are feeling. Even after Supreme Court guiding and making code of conduct, if such thing happens, means this has been done deliberately with an intention of monetary or a financial gain to many students and many bureaucrats. It is simple thing we could understand. This has been done for monetary and financial gain and nothing else. Because in 2023, Supreme Court has given code of conduct how to follow, from where to take the papers, in which car to take the papers, where to publish it, in which format they need to be binded up and then taken to the centers, how the centers have to open the papers. Everything has been listed by Supreme Court. If still paper gets leaked, means it has a very big monetary involvement. And this goes to the leading government right now, and government has to be cautious and take a cognizant step against the culprit who can be identified and who will be identified, as CBI has already started the investigation. And
yes,
to the
yes. In fact, the government has gone ahead, the government has gone ahead, given it to the CBI. They are carrying the inquiry because once they got the report, probably they are waiting on this. But again, it's always a foolproof method. There is a huge number of people who are involved in the distribution network of these papers itself. Anywhere a leak can happen, and to plug that, it's going to take a humongous effort. Meanwhile, we are also joined in by Advocate Anubha Srivastava Sahai, who in fact is an educationist and president of the India-wide Parent Association. Anubha, you know, one crisis is that the exams have been cancelled. The second part of it is that the mental condition that these students who had invested so much of their time have to go through. This cannot be that the mental health of students also have to be affected because someone decides to cheat into the system or they try to compromise the system. This has a huge stake. And when it comes to mental health of the students, I know a lot of students who have been dedicated day and night studying only for that NEET exam to crack it as much as possible, because there's pressure from the family, there's expectations from the family. Some of them have in fact taken loans and got their students into coaching centers to ensure that they crack this exam. When there's so much onto it, this mental stress of a cancelled exam, preparing for another, it's going to be difficult on them.
Thank you for having me on this show. And this is a very serious issue, and this is not for the first time that paper leak or some kind of irregularity, especially in NEET exam, is happening. Time and again, we can see last year also it happened, few years ago also it happened. And there was no action which was being taken apart from maybe against some students and parents and some people who were involved. The system itself is at fault, and due to which the children and students are suffering, parents are suffering. Those who have invested time almost for 3-4 years for this NEET exam preparation, they will be under a lot of stress now, because it is not easy to again reappear for the exam and again study. The students are appearing for other exams also. The NEET aspirants are appearing for JEE exams. They are appearing for CUET. They are appearing for multiple exams at the same time. It's not only that they are appearing for NEET exam. They have to prepare for other entrance exams also at the same time. So the students will be at loss, and I don't know how they are going to cope up. It's high time that government intervenes, and everyone, each and every people, every society should come forward and support the students at this stage, because the students, 25 lakh students, 22 lakh students who appeared for this exam, they will be under a lot of mental stress. We have to support them. We have to make them understand that, okay, the leak has happened, no doubt. The government should take strict action against the authorities who are involved. Definitely, there's a loophole in the system. That's why the paper leak happened. And it is the time for the government to reconsider whether to conduct the exam in pen and paper mode or to find out an alternate way. Because the system,
yes, that is the thing that they'll have to be in fact looking into. On the screens, Anubha, we'll just come to you on the screens. We'll just show you how that exam paper was disseminated. In fact, we have it coming through WhatsApp. We have Telegram networks. Now, these are how communication apps that were used to actually easily distribute these papers, and you can see how detailed the pictures are. So it just took someone with a camera mobile phone to take pictures of that paper, load it onto one of these communication apps that we have like WhatsApp or Telegram, and then distribute it to those who require it. This is how easy it is for a paper to be leaked if you are within the system. But we will now slip into a short break. Coming on the other side, there are reactions coming in with regard to the cancellation of the NEET exams. We listen to that and get back to our guests as well.
लगभग 9-10 दिन हो गए हैं और जब मीडिया में, सोशल मीडिया में पूरा खुलासा हो गया, तथ्य सामने आ गए, तो सरकार को मजबूरन इस परीक्षा को रद्द करना पड़ा। लेकिन सवाल ये उठता है कि पहली बार नहीं हो रहा। दूसरा, लगभग 22-23 लाख बच्चे जिन्होंने खुद, उनके परिवार वालों ने इतना त्याग तपस्या से मेहनत करी है, और आप सब जानते हैं इस एग्ज़ाम की तैयारी के लिए लोग ट्यूशन्स पढ़ते हैं, क्लासेस लेते हैं और अपना पेट काट के घर परिवार वाले लोग इन बच्चों की मदद करते हैं। सवाल ये है कि जब पेपर कैंसिल हुआ है तो जिन बच्चों ने ईमानदारी से ऑनेस्टली एग्ज़ाम दिया था उनका क्या हश्र होगा, और इस पूरी व्यवस्था पर सवाल खड़े हो गए हैं। जब नेशनल टेस्टिंग एजेंसी बनी थी तब ये कहा गया था फुल प्रूफ हम इंतजाम कर रहे हैं, और एनटीए लगातार एक्सपोज हो रहा है, और ये पहली बार नहीं हुआ। इससे पहले जब लीक हुआ, मेरे ख्याल 2 साल पहले, उसमें जांच बिठाई गई, उस जांच का कोई परिणाम नहीं आया, किसी को दंडित नहीं किया गया, किसी को उदाहरण नहीं बनाया गया। और जब ये पेपर धड़ल्ले से बिक रहा है, इसका एक बहुत बड़ा माफिया है, और मुझे लगता है कि इसका सरगना कोई बहुत ही प्रभावशाली लोग होंगे, क्योंकि इस तरह समय से पहले हूबहू जो गेस्ट पेपर है उसमें लगभग सारे क्वेश्चंस विदाउट चेंज ऑफ कॉमा एंड फुल स्टॉप वो दिए गए हैं। तो ये बहुत बड़ा गिरोह है। अब पेपर बनाने वाले ने, छापने वाले ने, या एग्जाम कराने वाले, कौन लोग जिम्मेदार हैं, इसकी जांच अब सीबीआई करेगी। तो अगर हम लोगों को, इस देश के नौजवानों को न्याय दिलाना है तो इसकी जांच एक जुडिशियल जांच हो, एक ऐसी इंक्वायरी हो जो सरकार के बाहर हो, क्योंकि सरकार में कोई शिक्षा विभाग है, कोई मंत्रालय है, कहां तक और सीबीआई उन लोगों को पकड़ पाएगी, खासकर जो बड़े लोग हैं।
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News9, English news as it should be.
New Birla Opus enamel paint gives up to 10% extra coverage. Who believes that?
I believe. I do. I do.
I do.
Yes. I do. I do.
I do.
I do. I do. I believe it too. Everyone who's tried it believes it. New Birla Opus enamel paint gives up to 10% extra coverage on metal surfaces. That's why it's the new paint for a new era.
After a blockbuster first season, where corporate giants and industry leaders ruled the court, TV9 Network presents the ultimate corporate badminton championship Season 2. A battle of skill, speed and supremacy, with a massive 5 lakh rupee prize pool across categories at Pulela Gopichand Badminton Academy, Gachibowli, Hyderabad, from the 15th to the 17th May 2026. The court is set. Let the battles begin. Catch the action only on TV9 Network. To register, log on to www.tv9x.com.
Associate sponsor KL deemed to be university. Special partners Campa Sure, Shukar hai, Sure hai. JK Max Pens, ChatGPT helps you get answers and find inspiration. Venue partner Pulela Gopichand Badminton Academy.
Welcome to this edition of the AI Report.
This is is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News 9. English news as it should be.
In fact, the big question that we should be asking is why this NEET paper was in fact leaked and who is responsible for it. Now, we have with us Advocate Bhavin Vyas, petitioner and president for Vidyarthi Vidya Suraksha Samiti in Ahmedabad. Advocate Bhavin Vyas, what should be the system that you should be engaged in now? We are talking about this pen and paper method, but I think there should be more to this. This exam needs to have a kind of a rethink process. It has to be conducted in a different way, and probably we have to conduct most of our public exams like this to prevent the kind of compromise such papers are having, especially with these leaks coming to light. What kind of a system should we look in? Should we go in for an electronically looked into system where everyone, especially till the last moment, do not know what is the kind of paper that they will be getting, and then probably we are able to get those papers only at the last minute? The physical nature of the paper, or there should be some kind of electronic nature of the paper, the question should be of electronic nature. Something should be there that would in fact address this problem where the chances of people being involved in distributing it is removed.
To maintain the sanity of the exam, we need to take NEET exam neatly in a method where electronic and today's say communication method should be used. Like, for example, our biometrics are attached with our Aadhaar card. So why not we make a system electronically or on computer, because this exam is totally objective exam. Once this Aadhaar card and your thumb imprint are there, you could take the exam, so that there won't be any cheating or no other person could come and write on your behalf once you are in the center. So by this, the transparency, merit and equal opportunity for the exams can be maintained. This is just a suggestion. If government thinks they could follow, if not, then whatever Supreme Court has already mentioned, they should follow thoroughly. But unfortunately, they have not followed thoroughly this time. So I particularly wish to be 100% proof. We definitely have to take this exam on a computer operated method, just like other exams like IELTS and other exams are being conducted by foreign countries. And in that, there are no cheatings or nothing, such type of things we are hearing. Further, the mental trauma, right now what student will think, or the mental conditions of the students would be very different to take the exam again. Unless the investigating agency concludes their investigation, I think NTA shouldn't have given the statement that exams are cancelled. Once thorough investigation occurs, and if any multi-state level leak is confirmed by such CBI agencies, then and then, if NTA would have given such a circular, then it would be in say betterment of the students and 1 crore households of India. I wish that the exam should be conducted electronically, and now we are in an era of AI and computer. So we have to follow and we have to learn from the foreign countries also, where America, how they are taking their high level examinations, and where China and other countries are taking their examinations. Here, every year or every couple of years, there are paper leaks. In Gujarat, from where I am, I could say that Gujarat is capital of paper leaks. In every year, there are more than 2 to 3 paper leaks over here for the state body. So if this is happening with national body and students are being used as an experimental tool, then that should be put to an end.
Right. In fact, right now we are getting visuals in, and this is when the Education Minister, Dharmendra Pradhan, was moving out. The reporters were behind him asking that question, the crucial question on this paper leak. The minister has remained silent. Meanwhile, there are also reactions coming in from the students from Lucknow. Let's listen in.
पेपर लीक हर बार हो जाता है। जैसे कि बच्चे साल भर प्रिपरेशन करते हैं, लाखों रुपए लगाते हैं, 2 साल कोई प्रिपेयर कर रहा है, 11th 12th कोई ड्रॉपर में है, हमेशा मेहनत करता है, फिर जब एग्जाम देने आता है तो पता चलता है कि पेपर लीक हो गया है। तो बच्चों पे प्रेशर बनता है। देखिए कोटा में काफ़ी सुसाइडल अटेम्प्ट भी होते हैं, इसी सब के कारण भी होते हैं, क्योंकि वो बच्चे परेशान हो जाते हैं। कहीं पेपर लीक हो जाता है तो कहीं पेपर, कुछ बच्चे हार्ड का प्रिपरेशन करते हैं तो इजी बना देते हैं, उससे कंपटीशन भी घटता चला जा रहा है। कुछ जो लायक हैं वो डॉक्टर नहीं बन रहे हैं, जो प्रिपेयर किए हैं वो उनका होता ही नहीं है। बस यही है।
क्या नाम है आपका?
यशदीप नाम है मेरा।
यशदीप, आप कितने समय से तैयारी कर रहे हैं?
जी मेरे को फिलहाल तो 2 साल हो चुके हैं। 11 थोड़ी सी वेस्ट हो गई थी कुछ बीमारी की वजह से, बाकी ये कहते 12th पढ़ाई की है, ड्रॉप लेने का सोचा है मैंने।
पर आप नीट करना चाहते हो, मान लीजिए आपको ये पता चले कि आपने परीक्षा पूरी मेहनत से दी लेकिन उसका पेपर लीक हो गया,
ऐसा तो बहुत बुरा लगेगा, क्योंकि ऐसा है ना, प्रिपरेशन की है उस हिसाब से की कि एग्ज़ाम के लेवल पर की है। अब ये है कि पेपर लीक हो रहा है तो कुछ चांसेस ये भी बताए जा रहे हैं कि है ना नीट होगा, मतलब दोबारा होगा पेपर, तो फायदे क्या है, क्योंकि हम उसमें अच्छा स्कोर किया हो और नीट हो जाए, क्या पता उसमें नंबर थोड़ा बहुत कम रह जाए।
दोबारा परीक्षा देने की जो बात है उसमें कितना फर्क पड़ता है एक स्टूडेंट के ऊपर, कि एक परीक्षा दी पूरी मेहनत के बाद, अब दोबारा उसी को दे रहा, तैयारी तो है लेकिन दूसरे बार परीक्षा देने में कितना फर्क पड़ जाता है?
पड़ता है थोड़ा सा, क्योंकि
बट रैंक का फर्क पड़ जाता है ना, रैंक कम हो जाएगी,
एक नंबर से रैंक कम हो जाती है, तो यही चीज़ है। अब कॉलेज में मिस हो सकता है, ऐसे बहुत से लोगों का। फिलहाल तो इस साल हमने नीट नहीं दी है, लेकिन क्या पता हमारे देने पे कि दोबारा फिर पेपर लीक हो जाए, तो वही चीज़ है।
किसी का कॉलेज ड्रीम कॉलेज एम्स दिल्ली है तो रैंक घट जाएगा, एम्स ऋषिकेश मिलेगा। उसने सालों प्रिपेयर किया है एम्स दिल्ली के लिए, उसे एम्स ऋषिकेश मिल रहा है। यही सब दिक्कतें आती हैं बस।
यानी दूसरी बार जब परीक्षा देने जाएंगे तो वो बात नहीं रह जाती?
वो बात रहती भी है, डिपेंड करता है पेपर के ऊपर, लेकिन ये कुछ बच्चों को इस बार, मेरे साथ के जो मेंबर्स हैं उनका एग्जाम अच्छा गया इस बार, काफ़ी अच्छा गया है, तो उस कंपैरिजन में अगर दोबारा वो पेपर देते हैं, अब व्हाट इफ क्या पता उनका कुछ ना कुछ रह जाए। अभी तो फिलहाल बोल रहा है कि ऐसे से मेरा ऐसा कट ऑफ निकलेगा एंड बाकी जाके मुझे ऐसा कॉलेज मिल जाएगा।
2 साल तक इतनी तैयारी करने के बाद और पेपर 23 लाख इतना बड़ा नंबर है और हर जगह सेंटर आते हैं, ऑल ओवर इंडिया पेपर हो रहा है। फिर अगर ऐसे ही एक दिन बोले पेपर के 10 दिन बाद वो भी कि पेपर लीक हो गया तो पेपर कैंसिल कर, ये कोई बात थोड़ी होती है। मतलब इतना एनटी इतनी बड़ी बॉडी है, गवर्नमेंट बॉडी है, इतने टाइम से पेपर करा रहे हैं, पेपर लीक हो रहा है और पेपर सीधे कैंसिल, इस पर कुछ मतलब करना चाहिए। इतने बच्चे मेहनत करते हैं 2 साल और मतलब ऐसे ही एक मिनट में उन्होंने मेहनत वेस्ट कर दी। सब एकदम रिलैक्स माइंड से, पढ़ाई कुछ नहीं करनी, और आप अचानक से बोल रहे हो अगले महीने आके वापस सीट दो, ये बात तो कोई बेकार सी बात होगी कुछ। मतलब मैं 2 साल से तैयारी कर रहा हूँ प्रॉपर एकदम, एंड पूरा मैंने अपना 100% दिया है। और नीट में भी इस बार काफ़ी अच्छा स्कोर आ रहा था टेंटेटिव आंसर की से, 710 नंबर मेरे आ रहे थे, और फिर अब ये ऐसे बोल रहे हैं, मतलब क्या ही बोल रहे हैं।
Advocate Bhavin Vyas, in fact, a lot of students, we have seen the reactions coming in, a lot of them are quite upset that this is not what they were looking forward for, nor it is something that is within their hands. So it's just the sort of depression that they get from this kind of a thing. But then the other big question that we need to ask is that how do you go from here? It's not the end. They have in fact gone ahead and carried out with the secondary measures. They've said that you don't need to register again. You don't need to move away from your cited preference for these exam centers. So all that remains. Even refunding of money has been also touted on the part of the NTA with regard to the NEET, and probably a new date would be given as such. But NEET is about medical education. Now, a lot of people aspire to become doctors, get into the medical field, and NEET is the primary exam that helps them to go through one of the toughest screening procedures probably that is there in the country for aspiring doctors. Now, how difficult it is. We are talking about how the students face it difficult, but how difficult it is that such corrupt practices that come into a system like this creates panic, and also in the longer run will compromise the health infrastructure of this country, the health welfare system of this country, and at the same time the very practitioners of health. If a person who has a medical condition will always have a doubt when he sees a doctor, because if there is a compromise that's come in, and if it is being not looked into, it is going to hit at the very trust of the person who is going to treat and the person who is going to get treated, isn't it?
Very true. I think everybody is looking up towards to our Prime Minister Modi ji, and I personally feel that the examinations now, what students have to think about their examinations is that they need to be updated for their schedules, for everything, admit cards to their classes where they are going to take the exams, centers basically, and they need to stay away from the misinformation and the rumors, take some break, get out of all this thing which is right now going on, have a break for a couple of days, start again freshly, and best of luck to all the students. Unfortunate part is that there is a NEET.
Right. In fact, we are also joined in by Advocate Anubhav Srivastava Sahai, who's also with us. Anubhav, this WhatsApp group in which most of the papers and the copies of the papers came was called Private Mafia. And you have a silent education minister who did not speak to the media when they in fact wanted something on this. How do you see this entire leak as such, especially when it comes to the ability to in fact ensure that it leaks efficiently? In fact, you should say that it's leaked efficiently, and at the same time silence on the part of those who are supposed to be in charge of, who's supposed to protect it.
So right now
yeah, this is a very serious issue actually, and I don't know why education minister is not even ready to give any statement. He should in fact he should be the first person to come in front and also guide the parents and students also how to deal with such situation now. He is avoiding media, he is avoiding everyone. In fact, he should be the first person to come forward and interact with students community. He should be the first person to come and give some statement as far as the exam paper leak has happened. But I cannot see anything from his end. He is not taking it that seriously. I don't know the reason. And as a students community, as a parents community, we also look forward to the ministers who are holding the post, like education minister, that he should at least come forward and speak and interact with the media, interact with students. I remember Mr. Pokhriyal during COVID, he used to come and interact with students. Used to interact with students at least for whatever reason, the exam cancellation or any other issue which used to happen. Mr. Pokhriyal used to interact with students community, parents community, but I could not find any such thing with the existing education minister, Mr. Pradhan. So why he is avoiding media, why he is not coming forward?
One crucial aspect of this is that from the WhatsApp groups, what we understand is these are pictures that have been taken of that paper, which we think is what was the final paper that has been put on. Investigation still going on that. Now, it was very simple that they could get a copy of it. They need not take it physically from the storehouse and take it to some place to make a photocopy and then distribute. They didn't need to do all that. They had to just make a soft copy, a very interesting HD definition soft copy, and that could have easily been taken only with the mobile phone and with the camera mobile phone. So with the camera mobile phone and with apps ready that could easily distribute it across networks, I think the foolproof security system should look at people having access to this or who are in charge of this shouldn't be in the vicinity of these papers with their camera phones. It's one simple security check that they can take, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. See, there are a lot of ways now because of technology. It is more easy for the authorities to contain such kind of leak. Easily they can stop such kind of leak if it is happening. It's not only one exam which is taking place in India. There are multiple exams. UG exams are also being conducted by other exams are also being conducted as far as the UG courses are concerned. It's not only NEET exam which is taking place. There are other multiple exams which are also happening. And I could not find any such issue as far as other exams are concerned. We have a NET exam. Recently the UGC has started with another exam for undergraduate courses. where that more than 25 lakh students appeared for the exam, but we could not find any such kind of paper leak in those exams. So that if in NEET exam paper leak is happening, in JEE also you will not find. We have never heard about any kind of paper leak in JEE exam, JEE main, JEE advanced. So why only in NEET the paper leak is happening, and it is not that difficult to conduct such exam without any leak. So definitely the system is at fault. The examination conducting body is at fault. The authorities which are involved, how the leak happened, I think the CBI will investigate, and strict action should be taken against the authorities also, those who are involved in this paper leak scam. I don't think that government should hide from our students and parents community. They should come forward and find out and also reveal the names of those who are involved in this whole scam. It is a matter of it is the matter of security. It is the matter of future of our students, young students community who are preparing for this NEET exam since many years. Their future is at stake. Student community, most of the students, like all the 25 lakh students, will be under a lot of mental pressure.
Yes.
It's not something which is a very petty issue. It's a very serious issue for which the Dharmendra Pradhan, our education minister, should be the first person to come and communicate with the student community, parents community, and strict action be taken against the authorities, whoever is involved.
Right. We also have reactions coming in from Patna. Stay with us, Anubhav. We will come back to you once we try to get those reactions from Patna.
एक बार फिर से देश में नीट यूजी की परीक्षा रद्द कर दी गई है। एनटीए ने इसकी घोषणा कर दी है और इस घोषणा के साथ ही शौक लगा है ना सिर्फ परीक्षार्थियों को जिन्होंने परीक्षा दी है, और परीक्षा देने के महज 10 दिन भी नहीं गुजरे हैं कि यह सूचना आ गई। और ये सूचना शौक या कुटाराघात छात्रों के साथ, अभिभावकों के साथ, शिक्षकों के साथ किस तरह से तैयारियां करती हैं कोचिंग में, क्लासेस में, पटना, दिल्ली, कोटा, अलग अलग जगहों पे। और ये देखिए इन छात्रों के जरा चेहरे आप देखिए किस तरह से, जो 3 तारीख, कब आपने परीक्षा दी थी?
3 मई।
सब परीक्षार्थी हैं, सबने परीक्षा दी है 3 मई को। अब देखिए इनको सूझ नहीं रहा है कि हम क्या करें। जिस तरह से एनटीए ने ये कह दिया कि हम छात्रों के हित में, एनटीए कह रहा है कि हम छात्रों के हित में, आपके हित का बहुत ख्याल है एनटीए को।
क्या हित का ख्याल है? फिर से बार बार तो नीट ले ही रहा है। 2024 में भी ऐसे ही लीक किया, उसमें कितना 60 समथिंग बच्चों का 720 आ गया। फिर इस बार वैसे ही किया है, लीक पे लीक। बच्चे इतना साल मेहनत करते हैं, जिसका 2024 में नहीं हुआ, 25 में हार्ड कर दिया, अभी ये कर दिया, फिर से ले रहा है। 2 साल उधर बर्बाद, 2 साल प्रिपरेशन का। ऐसे करते करते कितना ही होगा।
किसको दोषी मानती है?
एनटीए को,
रोना
सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम को। रोना तो आ रहा है।
आप लोग की परीक्षा दी थी?
हाँ, जीत दिया था।
कहाँ सेंटर था?
बांका जिला।
बांका जिला। यहाँ से गई होंगी बांका? पेरेंट्स भी गए होंगे साथ?
सब गए थे, पेरेंट्स साथ में गए थे एग्जाम दिलवाने के लिए। एग्जाम देके इतने अच्छे से आए थे कि एग्जाम ठीक ठाक गया मेरा। अब क्या करे वो, अब पेपर लीक करा, वो पेपर कंडक्ट करवाने वाले को पता नहीं कौन सा सरकार है जो बार बार पेपर लीक करवा रहा है।
ये कब लगेगी लगाम, कब लगेगी? लगता भी है कुछ समाधान निकलेगा? साल दर साल, साल दर साल?
नहीं, इतना फैमिली प्रेशर होता है बच्चे पे, लास्ट में तो बच्चे ही फेल्यूर कहलाते हैं। कहा जाता है बच्चे मेहनत नहीं किए, जनरेशन खराब, मोबाइल के एडिक्ट। ये सिस्टम को कोई नहीं कुछ बोल सकता, सिस्टम ठीक नहीं होता। इतने साल से इतनी प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, एक तो सीट इतनी कम है, उसका बच्चे का प्रेशर ऐसे ही रहता है और कोई नहीं समझता। लास्ट में समाज
कोई नहीं समझता।
नो सर, हम लोग को कोई प्रेशर समझता ही नहीं है। बस बोलता है कि बस तुम लोग को मेहनत करना है, मेहनत करना है। हम लोग को कोई मेहनत लास्ट में देखा ही नहीं जाता है। सिर्फ री नीट करके हम लोग का बस ड्रॉप पे ड्रॉप लगाया जा रहा है अभी।
ये पहली बार आपने परीक्षा दी?
यस सर, फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट था।
इस बार फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट?
मेरा भी फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट था।
तो फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में ही सेकंड अटेम्प्ट हो गया?
हाँ, बोल सकते हैं। हम लोग का तो मेहनत था, लेकिन जो लोग बिना पढ़े लीक पेपर से एग्जाम दे दिए वो तो ऐसे ही डॉक्टर बन गए।
पहला विचार क्या आया जब आपने सुना कि एनटीए ने फिर से परीक्षा रद्द कर दी है? पहला विचार क्या आया?
पहला विचार आया कि हम तो अपियरिंग में एग्ज़ाम दिए, लेकिन अभी जस्ट सुने कि एग्ज़ाम रद्द हो गया तो थोड़ा बुरा लग रहा है कि ये सब बच्चे के फ्यूचर के साथ खिलवाड़ कर रहा है, बार बार एग्ज़ाम रद्द ये सब।
अभी बिहार में 2024 में बिहार और झारखंड सेंटर था। बिहार और झारखंड में पेपर लीक हो गया, रद्द हुआ, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हुई, सीबीआई को गया, कहा गया कि इसके बाद से अब नहीं होगा। लगता है कभी लगाम लग पाएगा?
नहीं सर, बिल्कुल नहीं लगेगा, क्योंकि सरकार के खिलाफ ये लोग कुछ बोल नहीं सकते हैं और यहाँ बिहार में तो बिल्कुल नहीं कर सकते हैं, कोई लगाम नहीं लगेगा। बिहार में कोई भी एलिगेशन नहीं लगेगा, कौन क्या क्या किया किसी को पता भी नहीं है। सबको पता है लेकिन किसी को कहना ही नहीं है कौन किया है ना। सरकार तो पूरी तरह सपोर्ट में है इसके, तो कोई कुछ बोल भी नहीं सकता है इसके।
कहाँ आपका सेंटर कहाँ था, कहाँ गई थी?
मुंगेर था।
कितनी मेहनत की थी आपने?
सर 2 साल 11-12 दोनों पढ़े थे सर, और अब दोबारा बोले कि रीटेक देंगे। एक तो इतना सर गुस्सा, कल पता चला कि कल एग्जाम में चोरी हुआ, कल हम लोग को पता चला एग्जाम चोरी हुआ है और आज पता चलता है कि रीटेक होने वाला है। पूरे साल 2 साल का तैयारी, अब पेरेंट्स को समझाना है क्या करना है और वो लोग मना कर रहे हैं। तुम लोग क्या करोगे? अब इतना तुम लोग मेहनत की, अब उसके 1 साल तुमको दे चुके थे, अब तुमको क्या चाहिए? तुमको पूरा मेहनत एक बार में ही दिखाना चाहिए था ना, अब तुमको क्या चीज़ के लिए दें?
स्टूडेंट के साथ साथ पेरेंट्स और टीचर्स सबके लिए शौक है ये?
सबको शौक है। मतलब मेरे आज पता चला मम्मी से कि आज रीटेक होने वाला एग्ज़ाम, और सब फ्रस्ट्रेट है, इतना मेहनत किए थे पूरा 2 साल तक।
तो फ्रस्ट्रेट सिर्फ स्टूडेंट्स ही नहीं होते हैं, टीचर्स भी हमारे साथ हैं। कितना बड़ा ये झटका, कुठाराघात, कौन सा शब्द इस्तेमाल किया जाए? एक बार की हो तो कहा जाए, ये तो सर से सीने में, सीने से पाँव तक सब।
देखिए, सबसे बड़ी बात क्या है कि बार बार यही चीज़ होना, हर साल दर साल यही चीज़ होना। आप इससे ये पता चलता है कि सरकार की मंशा क्या है। एनटीए जो टेस्टिंग है, नीट आपका नेशनल टेस्टिंग एजेंसी है, जिसका काम ही है सिर्फ परीक्षा लेना, और उस काम को भी वो भली भांति नहीं कर पा रहे हैं और हर साल दर साल उनका पेपर लीक हो जा रहा है। कभी बिहार में लीक हो जा रहा है, कभी राजस्थान में लीक हो जा रहा है। आप क्या कर रहे हैं साहब? आप क्यों नहीं, पिछले बार जो 2024 में इतने बड़े पैमाने पे धांधली हुई, उसका क्या परिणाम हुआ? किनको सज़ा मिला? क्या आप इतना कठोर सज़ा नहीं दे सकते हैं कि लोग इस तरीके का काम करने से डरें, इस तरीके के ख्याल भी मन में आने से डरें? क्या आप इस तरीके का सज़ा का प्रावधान नहीं ला सकते हैं? आखिर आपका शिक्षा और स्वास्थ्य, ये 2 प्राथमिकता बहुत बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट है।
एक उपाय बताइए।
नहीं, उपाय अगर एनटीए चाह ले, सरकार चाह ले, तो क्या पेपर लीक हो जाएगा?
आप बताइए क्या उपाय है
इसका? उपाय है कि सरकार को काम करना चाहिए, देखना चाहिए कि
किया जाना चाहिए।
सर एनडीए को और ध्यान देना चाहिए। वैसे भी वो लोग 24 के बाद 25 में हार्ड करने की कोशिश किए, वो तो उससे कुछ नहीं होने वाला है। कोई कड़ा एक्शन ही लेना चाहिए उनको।
क्या एक्शन होना चाहिए?
लोग को एग्जाम अच्छे से कंडक्ट करवाना चाहिए, बच्चे को फ्यूचर के साथ बर्बाद नहीं करना चाहिए कि पेपर लीक कर दिए फिर अगले साल दो। ये सब
ये अपने आप में एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा शर्मनाक है, क्योंकि जो बच्चे तैयारी करते हैं वो बाहर से आते हैं, कोचिंग्स की फीस पे करते हैं, हॉस्टल में लेके का रेंट देके रहते हैं, फिर 14-14 घंटे पढ़ाई करते हैं। ये कोई नॉर्मल पढ़ाई नहीं होती जिसमें 2-3 घंटे पढ़ने से काम चल जाता। 14-15 घंटे की पढ़ाई दे के बच्चे ने पेपर दिया और 10 दिन भी नहीं हुए और ये पता चला कि एग्जाम कैंसिल हो गया। तो उससे उन सारे बच्चों पे बहुत ज़्यादा मेंटल ट्रॉमा होता है, क्योंकि उनको फिर से अब प्रिपरेशन में लगना पड़ेगा। अभी तक एनटी ने डिक्लेयर नहीं किया एग्जाम कब होगा। फिर उनके जब वो डिक्लेयर कर देंगे तो उनके मन में नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम ये आएगी कि अगला पेपर कैसा होगा, कहीं ओवर हार्ड तो नहीं आएगा, ओवर कहीं इजी आएगा तो कट ऑफ बढ़ जाएगा, फिर कहीं नेक्स्ट टाइम तो ऐसा नहीं होगा। तो ये सारी की सारी चीजें एनटीए को क्लियर करना चाहिए ताकि बच्चों का ट्रस्ट खोया हुआ कुछ हद तक अपन वापस ला पाए, क्योंकि बच्चे बहुत ज्यादा डिमोटिवेट होते हैं इन सब चीजों से। और इवन बच्चे, पेरेंट्स और टीचर सभी को लगता है, टीचर्स को भी फिर से लगना पड़ेगा। भाई टीचर अब अपनी नई जर्नी में स्टार्ट करते हैं नए बच्चों के साथ, लेकिन अब उनको पुराने बच्चों को फिर से पढ़ाना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि उनको डॉक्टर बनाने की, सिलेक्ट कराने की जिम्मेदारी हम लोगों की होती है। तो ये बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं है। सरकार इसको ट्रांसपेरेंट सिस्टम को लागू करे ताकि एक एक स्टेप लोगों तक पहुंचे और बिल्कुल भी ट्रांसपेरेंसी पूरी तरीके से हो, बिल्कुल भी गड़बड़ ना हो, ये इंश्योर किया जाए।
Advocate Anubha, we've seen the reactions coming in, but there is the current situation that we're all talking about. The long-term situation of such leaks, sometimes if it's not noticed a lot, the question would be on how our health system is getting compromised, because we're looking at the brightest number of students to come through it, and if someone in fact cheats and gets into the system, it is actually a public situation where there could be fatalities that have been caused by the person, undeserving person, into the system, and also problems created for a lot of innocent people who would be coming to that person for treatment. This is the larger problem that would emerge if it is not fixed right away, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. See, this is a very crucial exam. We are building our future doctors And the trust, we don't have trust now in the system itself. There's a leak in the system. That's why paper leak is happening. And that too, for the exam, for one exam, that is NEET exam, which prepares our future doctors. So we will lose trust. I have been writing since many years that we will lose trust on our future doctors. Citizens of India will not trust the future doctors. We don't know, even for previous year also, the students who have qualified using unfair means, and government could not trace those students, or maybe the people who are involved. We will lose trust in all the doctor community. There will be a big question mark in future if the government will not step in now to take strict action to stop this leak, to find out ways how to stop the leak. Then future of whole medical industry will be at stake. If we are not going to take this seriously, we will lose faith on future doctors. This will impact the whole medical industry.
Thank you, Advocate Anubhav Srivastava. As you said, we might lose faith in the entire medical sector itself if it is not curbed right away, and shouldn't lead to a long-term malice later. So that is one aspect of it. We have some reactions coming in. Let's listen in.
क्वेश्चन पेपर लीक हो जाना बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण बात है। देखिए 2024 में घटना घटी, 26 में घटना घटी है। बच्चे बहुत घबराए हुए हैं, परेशान हैं। ऐसी परिस्थिति में सबसे पहले हम उन बच्चों को भरोसा दिलाना चाहेंगे, उनको उत्साहित करना चाहेंगे जो काफ़ी घबरा गए हैं। उनके माता पिता भी काफ़ी परेशान हैं। तो तमाम बच्चों को, उनके पेरेंट्स को समझाना चाहेंगे कि आप निराश न हो, मायूस न हो। थोड़ी सी कहें हम, राहत की बात है कि सरकार ने त्वरित कार्रवाई करते हुए परीक्षा को कैंसिल किया है। अपराधी भी पकड़ा गए हैं, सीबीआई जांच की बात भी चल रही है। तो जो बच्चे निराश हैं, उदास हैं, उनको सोचना चाहिए कोई बात नहीं, परिस्थितियां तो कठिन आती ही हैं। ऐसी कठिन परिस्थितियों में सबसे बड़ी बात होती है धैर्य रखने की। तो आप धैर्य रखिए, दोबारा परीक्षा की पूरे दिल से, मन से तैयारी करिए, और ये सोचिए कि अगर आपकी अच्छी परीक्षा हुई है तो और भी अच्छी होगी। अगर कोई कमी रह गई है तो उसको पूरी करने की कोशिश करिए। इसको दोबारा एक अवसर के रूप में लीजिए, न कि निराशा के रूप में।
Well, it looks like all of them have only one advice. Yes, it is something that has to be investigated with regards to the leak that has happened, and the government is on it, but that doesn't mean that it would be the end of all. Those who prepare for the second date of examination that is going to be given for NEET and to do well, but let the government fix the problem that is coming in from the NTA regarding to this leak, and hope it does not affect the larger trust that's there on the medical sector itself. With that, it's a wrap on this special edition of News 9. Stay tuned to News 9 for further news updates.
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News 9. English news as it should be. Amid a fragile ceasefire, stakeholders take on the tough questions.
Was Israel surprised by the asymmetric warfare which Iran started conducting?
Yes, I think it was a kind of surprise, the level of savagery.
Why has Iran stopped the traffic in the Strait of Hormuz?
So we have to defend ourselves.
Like never before, on point with Kartikeya Sharma, decoding Hormuz, Kharg, and the ceasefire.
What is the future of peace in West Asia?
I hope that they got their lesson.
That are supposed to give a chance. We stay ready in case it doesn't work.
Every war has a political objective.
The voices that matter, only on News 9.
Why has Iran stopped the traffic in the Strait of Hormuz?
They want to attack us, they want to target us, so we have to defend ourselves.
They are punishing countries outside the region as well, like India. and like countries in South and East Asia. This is completely unacceptable.
But it amounts more to harassment than anything else. The big problem that they've created now is the closure of the strait.
Ultimately, the main purpose of this exercise is, frankly, to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
We have to watch them carefully and closely as Israelis, but we have also to be patient and understand this is the nature of negotiations when it comes to Iran.
But even with a temporary pause, both are looking for deliverables for their political constituency.
Whenever they've got involved in a war on behalf of somebody else, there isn't been just an altruistic purpose. They've been involved in it for their own purpose as well.
Amid a fragile ceasefire, stakeholders take on the tough questions.
Was Israel surprised by the asymmetric warfare which Iran started conducting?
Yes, I think it was a kind of surprise, the level of savagery.
Why has Iran stopped the traffic in the Strait of Hormuz?
So we have to defend ourselves.
Like never before, on point with Kartikeya Sharma, decoding Hormuz, Kharg and the ceasefire.
What is the future of peace in West Asia?
I hope that they got their lesson.
That are supposed to give a chance. We stay ready in case it doesn't work.
Every war has a political objective.
The voices that matter, only on News 9. This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News 9. English news as it should be.
NEET UG 2026 exams held on 3rd May cancelled. NDA confirmed CBI investigation into paper leak allegations. NSUI stages protest outside NTA office in Delhi over NEET 2026 cancellation after paper leak allegations. Himanta Biswa Sarma sworn in as second term for his Assam Chief Minister after record mandate in Assam. Key meeting of Keralam Congress leaders with Rahul Gandhi underway in Delhi. Next Kerala CM likely to be decided today. Rift in AIADMK continues as Velumani Shanmugam led faction extends support to ruling TVK, sidelining Edapadi Palaniswamy. Vijay's major crackdown on alcohol in Tamil Nadu. New CM orders closure of 717 Tasmac liquor shops near temples, schools and bus stands. CBI takes over probe into Subhendu Adhikari PA's murder case, constitutes 7-member SIT team to probe the case. And our top focus at this hour is the mediator role of Pakistan, which is now under question. Even as Pakistan projected itself as a diplomatic bridge between Iran and the United States during the ongoing West Asia conflict, explosive new claims now suggest that Islamabad may have quietly allowed Iranian military aircraft to shelter on its air bases. Now, according to US officials, Iran has also moved civilian aircraft into neighboring Afghanistan as tensions escalated between the two countries. According to American officials familiar with the matter, several Iranian aircraft were reportedly moved to Pakistan's strategically important Noor Khan Air Base near Rawalpindi shortly after US President Donald Trump announced a ceasefire proposal in early April. Among the aircraft allegedly parked there was an Iranian Air Force RC-130 plane, a military surveillance variant of the Lockheed C-130 Hercules aircraft. US officials claim that the move appeared to be an effort by Tehran to protect some of its remaining military and aviation assets from possible